Hey there, my name is Dr. Nought. This is Steve Jackson's Sorcery Part 4, and today, I've decided something. Here's what I've decided. We are going to do something drastic. Because I can't figure out what to do. Where are my items? I'm gonna discard the monk's robe thing. Now we're walking around like a normal person. See how this goes. So we spent all of last time trying to get more stamina, and I didn't. I didn't at all. It's kind of annoying. So I'm gonna just try going around and see if we can do something. We're gonna sleep here to see if we can get some. Uh-oh, we're gonna dream. That's not good. Blah 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 blah. We've done this before. There you go. So we got 2 stamina off that because we ate that day. Archmage is aware of me because, you know, why not? Which way now? Oh, I don't know. Let's go back up here and see what's up this way. There were some guards here, but let's see if we can walk by not being a monk. Alright, yeah, we've done this before. Let's go to the North Road. Let's just see what happens here. Look at the guards. Make a move. Approach the guards. Well, the guard snaps. Where does the road lead? You what? The inner fortress. Can't you see it? What does that mean? You what? What do you mean you what? What kind of spell can we cast here? I don't think this is gonna work. I'm just curious. Great illusions? Alright, let's see. You wind the stars into order around you, and the bracelet at your wrist begins to glow. You have just a moment in which to choose your illusion. For a few moments, you will have control over what the guard sees and hears. You cause her to believe her armor is burning, and she begins to scream and shout as she tears plate and shirt from her body. The sound brings out the other guards who surround you, advancing warily. Clearly, they are accustomed to tackling sorcerers. Whoops. That backfired. You open your arm to cast a spell when another tackles you from behind. Your arms are twisted cruelly up behind your back. To the commander, a guard declares. Khartoum will know what to do with this one. Did I just get myself killed immediately? I think we have an issue here. Once again, you are bound and hauled up the slope into the inner fortress. Eventually, you are dragged into the office of the commander of the guard. Yep, hi buddy. Seen you before. Khartoum, commander of the guards of Montpang, sits behind a wooden desk covered in scattered parchments. Vic is here as well. He scowls as he sees you. Make no mistake, the guard declares to the captain. This is indeed the Analander. With that, he nods to the commander and walks away. You open your mouth to speak. One of the guards smacks you about the cheek, silencing you. The Analander, standing right before me, murmurs Khartoum. I should have killed you, or I should have you killed as fast as possible. You will not capture or kill me, you tell him. You may as well allow me to walk out of here unfettered. He says nothing. Khartoum jerks his thumb. To the dungeons. Okay, this is better. We didn't just go get murdered immediately. Sentenced to death immediately, right? So this is good. You are dragged through a narrow corridor, your head bumping against the frame, and into a round room that overlooks a line of dank cells. The hobgoblin dozes in the only chair. One of your captors kicks her awake. Volcom! We've got a prisoner for you. You stay limp, listening. Volcom stretches, clearly still half asleep. Has he been to Nagamenta, or the commander? You say nothing. The guard shakes his head. The commander sent him to you. Volcom makes no move to leave her chair, but hands over a large key to the guard. Lucky me, second on the right. The guards grumble, but still drag you into the cell. Leaving you bound, they strip you of your possessions, storing them in a chest near Volcom. They leave without a glance back, and Volcom resumes her nap. You said second on the right, but clearly I'm in the third. God, they can't do anything right. You are lying on the cold stone floor of a cell in the dungeons of Montpang. You have been in the cells before, of course, but these are different. They are not underground, but rather they are built high up in the air, carved from the rocky slopes of the mountain itself. Metal bars block one wall. Opposite them is nothing but a long drop. Ah, a la Game of Thrones. Chill wind draws at you, pulling threads of straw over the edge. Jump from my cell? Are you kidding me? This game has given me a lot of opportunities to kill myself, and I've unfortunately done about a few times now, so I'm going to try staying alive this time. There isn't much else to the cell. It is not meant to hold prisoners for very long. Most likely they are quickly executed. You struggle vainly against your bonds, but they hold fast. Can I cast a spell? You cannot cast when your hands are bound and your mouth is gagged. You try to stand, which is difficult with feet bound and hands tied behind your back. You manage to sit up, then you get your feet underneath you. As you try to rise up, you totter, then tumble head first once more. With no hands to catch yourself, you bash your forehead on the rough stone floor, sliding dangerously close to the open face of the cell. You crawl over to the bars which look out onto the hallway. They are thick iron, a crude door fitted in the center. You could fit an arm through a gap if your hands weren't bound. You call out for Volcom, but your words are muffled by the gag. You hear her snort, but nothing else. You shuffle next to the edge of the cell and peer out over the long drop below. Wait, what did I just read? Peer out over the long drop down. Below stretches the inner college of Montpang. Clustered stupas and ziggurats, linked by stone walls, walkways, and crackling with flashes of starlight. If you were to fall, the impact would most certainly kill you. Almost directly below you is a large crystal dome, inside which shadows and shapes seem to move. Yeah, that's the crystal dome that we looked at before. You stare down at the dome, and for a moment you seem to see reflected in its glass the image of yourself, stretched out on a mattress of straw, rolling this way and that. The vision clouds over once more. Your situation seems hopeless. You crawl towards the pile of hay in the corner and throw yourself down on it, but you cannot seem to get comfortable. Something is sticking in your back. Moving this way and that, you eventually dislodge it from the hay, a glass bottle. It clatters across the stone as it rolls towards the edge. Get it. You hurl yourself across the floor, catching the bottle at the very edge of the cell before it can drop away out of sight, without going over the edge yourself. Take a moment to recover your breath. The bottle is a wine from some ancient cellar, its label curled and faded. The cork has rotted away and the contents long since evaporated. You grasp the bottle between your shaking fingers, lift it up, and then strike it hard against the flag-stoned floor. Your eyes light up as it shatters into a score of palm-sized pieces of jagged glass. You turn around and squat down, working the piece of glass up between your palms. Then begins the painstaking work of sawing against the rope. You can hardly hold onto the makeshift knife in such an awkward position, but after many minutes of effort, you weaken the ropes. Yah! With a mighty pull, you break the weakened ropes. Then you yank the filthy gag out of your mouth. You are now free, or almost. You'll need to get the door open. Oh, we have a spell for that. Unless it's like magically closed, and then we can't do anything about that. I think it's door, right? D-O-P, or like door open. Let's do it. You craft the spell and point at the door. You hear a faint click and it swings open. Outside, Volcom slumbers on. Let's grab our stiff and get out of here. Wait, how did I lose more stamina? You creep down the hallway until you are near the sleeping Volcom. You look around quickly, locating the chest where your possessions have been stored, but it is locked. The keys are sitting in Volcom's lap. Let's do it. I have nothing to lose here. You gently lift the ring of keys from her lap, but too late do you realize they are attached to her belt, and the tugging startles her awake. A swift blow to the side of the head puts her back to sleep again. You exhale with relief. A few ragged prisoners look up as you pass. Their eyes are free of hope. You quickly purloin the keys to the cells from Volcom and slip them into your pocket. You unlock the chest containing your pack. Sitting at the bottom of the chest is a small pouch of gold, which you scoop up. How about food? How about food? There's nothing else of interest in the room. You unlock the cells of the few prisoners that share the dungeon with you. They all look half-starved. Most flee immediately with barely a glance back. One man stops to shake your hand before disappearing. No problem, sir. He has the look of a hardened killer about his miserable eyes. I'm okay with that. You want to waste no more time here, but follow the prisoners up the steps. I need some food, seriously. Like, this is getting ridiculous with the stamina. You ascend the steps cautiously, but meet no resistance. The prisoners have left the far door hanging wide open. You have escaped the dungeon, but that may soon be discovered, and the fortress's denizens will be wary of you now. If you are captured again, you might not survive such indifferent treatment. Yes, we're gonna go right back through this room. Good. You creep up from the cells to the commander's office. It is empty, but the prisoners must have come through here. The armaments on the walls have gone. On the far wall hangs a portrait of a lady. You search over the commander's desk, but most of the papers are requisition orders for military equipment and not very interesting. Although there do seem to be a lot of them. Then you find a sheet detailing purchases of lupine armor, countersigned by one Vic Stenshale. It seems the Citadel has bought a score of them, with an order for hundreds more. Oh! That one... There are sounds of shouting coming from the square. Let's go to the square. I was gonna grab a... Ah! Let's go this way and come back. I want to see if I can grab an outfit. Pace down a short flight of steps to the cells. Volcom has woken up once more and is sitting behind her little table. She seems unconcerned by her empty cell. Perhaps she has assumed you simply jumped after all. I don't feel like talking to her. Alright, look in the wardrobes. Opening the wardrobe, you make a most fortunate discovery. A full captain's uniform. It would most likely fit. Yes, please. There is not a moment to lose. You gather up the captain's uniform and pull it on. That's what we wanted. Look at us. Look at us. You are now disguised as a captain. You look over the portrait but make nothing of it, particularly. On the back is written Celestine. You take a moment to bash the hilt of your sword into the glass of the frame, and another moment to tear the painted cloth within. The fragments of the lady's face, the Celestine, scatter across the floor. Slip quickly away. You stride out, enjoying your newfound rank. What was my clue? I just did it because it was an option. What did I find? Oh, okay. Commander Khartoum has a portrait of a woman named Celestine on his wall. Alright, whatever. Let's go. You emerge from the commander's doorway. You are met by a terrible sight. The courtyard is filling with clashing metal and cries from the guards and prisoners, fighting in the middle of the yard. The buildings opposite are burning, thick smoke coiling upwards from their roofs. You turn to run, slipping between flashing blades until you reach the iron door at the corner of the yard, but something stops you short. A birdman stands before you. You, it hisses. I know your face. You all look the same to me. The creature laughs, then opens its mouth to hiss, razor-sharp tongue inches from your face. Meanwhile, its talons slash at your neck? What? Wait, what? Your throat has been slashed by a birdman. What? Okay. Okay. What? Just like that. Okay, go here. Oh, but we're still dressed as a commander? Oh, interesting. That is interesting. So let's see what we can do. Okay. Where in the F can I get food? Another night begins. We should find a place to sleep, especially on an empty stomach. I feel like as a commander, we could maybe get some actual food. What do you think? Like, I'm trying to... let me think about this. The archway, we know... Where is there food? The alley, there are people over here at this fire. You think I could get some food over there? Let's see. We'll keep making moves. I'm not even gonna read this because we've done it before. Wait, whoa, the tavern. Yes, yes, yes. Why did I not know about this tavern before? The bony hand. Let's go inside. To enter the tavern, you are forced to duck under the low door frame. The whole building seems to have sunk at least a foot into the ground, either from age, neglect, or both. You're probably safe from the guard patrols in here. I am, look, what? Okay. Most of the crowd are merchants or other visitors to Montpang. You see a good number of messengers and clerks returning from far-flung eastern areas of the Archmage's growing kingdom. The crown has extended his grip across a wide area, much of it normally occupied by proud cultures who would fight back if it were not for the artifact's controlling powers. Now, it takes nearly as many bureaucrats as soldiers to maintain it all. It's like the Roman Empire. There are several tables, both occupied and empty, and a little space at the bar. Get out of my way. I am hungry. You force through the crowd until you reach the bar, which is covered in gouges and old bloodstains. The innkeeper is a scowling dwarf who spends more time shouting at customers to wait their turn than actually serving. After an age, he comes over to you. Ale is a gold piece, or do you want something else? Serve me some food. Can't hear you, the bartender shouts back. What you want? Food. 6 gold pieces for some dried meat. I've also got a stew for 4. Stew, I don't care. He scoops a piping hot bowl from a vat under the counter. What is it? The bartender shakes his head. No, I didn't catch that. What, you ask, pointing at the stew. What? The bartender returns. What? You demand, pointing harder. Yes, but what? The bartender demands, increasingly annoyed. What? You demand, pointing furiously. Oh, the bartender finally notices your pointing finger. It's stew. Alright, I'll take the bowl. Oh yeah! You hand over your gold, then wolf down the stew. It is delicious and satisfies your hunger. Ale. He nods and begins to pour. You are reaching into your pouch when a melodious voice says, Don't trouble yourself. You look up to see a handsome half-orc. She smiles. I will buy you one, she says, with a mischievous tone. Okay. Thank you, you say, as the stranger pays for the drink. Now, the least you can do is join me at my private table, she says, with the same smile. Actually, the least I could do is nothing. But I'll follow you. She walks towards the back room door, casting a sidelong glance at you. You follow the stranger through the crowd to a small doorway. I mean, I feel like, okay, so in this game, anytime I take a risk, I end up paying mightily for it. Losing stamina, probably getting killed, who knows. Very rarely taking a risk ends in some, you know, sexy time. You know what I mean. You know what I'm getting at here. You know, some one-on-one action in the back corner. 2 strangers next to a small doorway. Someone pays for your drink. It's only 1 gold, but you're like, thank you. I guess I owe you some sex now. You know, that kind of action happens all the time at private tables. After someone pays for your drink with a mischievous tone. When there's a handsome half-orc and a gorgeous human, male and female, or male-male, or female-female, anything can happen in this type of situation. But not in this game. In this game, I'm probably going to die, so let's check it out. Ooh, the back room. Backroom shenanigans. You enter the small back room. I'm so glad you came. That's what she said. Murmurs your friend from the bar, somewhere ahead in semi-darkness. See, it's never good with semi-darkness. What do you want with... That's not what I say. You open your mouth to reply when rough hands... God... I just wanted some sex. When rough hands grab you, 2 burly thugs were standing beside the doorway. Now they hold each your arms. They hold each your arms. The stranger's laugh as she turns to face you is no less charming, despite the malice it now clearly shows. You stay firmly silent. Well, Annalander, it seems the entire fortress is searching for you. Yet you decide to wander into a tavern and order a drink. The Archmage will pay well for you, I am sure. But first we will see if there is anything worthwhile in your pockets. One thug begins to pat your down, searching for valuables. You close your eyes and raise a prayer to Effie. Thugs laugh at your piety in such a situation. Are they right? Has your goddess not heard your pleas? I mean, I'm dressed as a commander. How are they doing this to commander officer? Commanding officer. What do you mean, Cass? What the? You have brought what happens next on yourself, you threaten. But though the stars are above you... Wait, but though the stars are above you, are unable to cast with your arms pinned... Wait, but though the stars are above, you are unable to cast... Oh, that's weird. With your arms pinned on both sides. Please, murmurs the beautiful stranger. We know about sorcerers here. At a gesture from the woman, the thugs throw you down. The stranger sighs, looking at you on the floor. Perhaps you are more trouble than you are worth, though you would fetch a good price from the Archmage. Does he have anything? One of the thugs holds up the orb of crystal. This'll do, he grunts. The stranger takes it and motions the others to follow as she leaves the room. This is worth your life. Barely. With a last blow to your gut for good measure, they leave the room. Meh, I'll let them go, I don't give a crap. There's no point chasing them. They know the city and would lose you in moments. You creep back into the main room, your pride badly wounded. So wait, I got no sexy time. But what happened to my ale? That's like the biggest question here. My ale. My ale. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'm gonna come back out here and go to the bar. So clearly my clothes actually don't do anything. So that's wonderful. But I'm gonna get some more food. You know, transfer some gold to the bartender for more food, and then probably rest up so that I can get more stamina, and then probably get myself killed again next episode. I'm not. I feel like I'm dilly dallying. I can't figure out how to actually get to the Archmage. This is actually quite difficult. So maybe the towers aren't the way to go. But I'm gonna actually, once I get more stamina on the next episode, I'm gonna go up right through the north entrance and see if I can walk past the guards in this outfit. But people still seem to recognize me, so it's probably not gonna work. So yeah. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care. Goodbye.